knows the plan, and she's going to share it with him. That's what I think. Carol Ann Baldwin is here. She is a master gardener, and she has been a master gardener for a long time right now. Already, right?
Yeah.
At least a dozen years? How long?
19.
19 years.
Yeah.
Wow, almost 20 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Next year's 2016 is 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
So, yeah.
It's a big deal, isn't it?
To me, it is.
I mean, it seems like
it's a pin and a plaque. Yeah.
But I mean, the story this morning about this lady taking over the.
Yeah, Miss Wendy Wilbur taking over for Tom Wickman as the state master gardener coordinator.
Yeah.
And that's quite an impressive, leap for her. Congratulations to her. She was the Alachua County Extension's master gardener coordinator, one of the agents up there, and so that would be a natural step up. But it's what a wonderful promotion for
she
her.
Does for the newspaper what you do for the radio. She had a
she has an article the same way David Holmes and Norma Samuels have here. It just because their extension they go through the same paper.
But the medium is the only difference. I mean, you're giving information, they're giving information.
Right,
theirs is in print, yours is here.
And theirs is a set topic, and I ramble on about many different things.
Yeah, but that's the nature. You're interactive.
That's
you're interactive.
Does that not mean attention deficit at times? But
no, it means you have an audience.
Yeah, I have an audience. That's a wonderful for her. Great opportunities for the Master Gardener program as well, because you figure with any new state coordinator come new ideas as well. So there's new ideas in training, and since I became a master gardener, just the way the classes in Marion County are taught has changed.
Is it paid?
Hers is a paid position, yes. Yeah, they're for County Extension and the University of Florida. But just through Extension, through the Master Gardener program, the changes that have gone on in the last 19 years has been amazing. Just the knowledge, the way we obtain knowledge, the different changes in agricultural practices that have come to light, and just more and more people have begun to grow their own gardens and things like that. So I think it's a wonderful opportunity for her as well as for master gardeners and the public within the state of Florida. It's a good thing.
The phone number to call, Carol Ann, during this show, which is just starting, so you got a full hour.
Got an hour with a few breaks in there.
Number is 622-9622. A good time to call. This is a good time to ask questions of somebody.
It is.
There's a lot of stuff going out in my yard. So.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff going on out in the gardens now. We're the end of March, 1st to April here. There's it's warmed. Hopefully that was the last cold spell. I did not like that in the least. I had to go from shorts to long pants.
I saw your
for
post
3
on
days.
Facebook. Yeah.
No, that was not happy. But it's all warmed up. There was no cold in there that was going to do any damage to anything. I think I heard your weather report that's showing by the end of the week or the first of next week we'll be pushing up near 90 or so.
Tuesday, that's what it said.
They're.
But it's hovering around there the whole time.
Right. And more than likely, this time of year we may breach that 90, but it may not last. Just like in our winter time when we drop down real cold, we don't always stay down there. We may breach that below freezing temperature, but it doesn't stay there for long, and on that gradually going up. But with us, this time of year, it's coming down at least for a few more months. This is spring. Enjoy it. People say Florida doesn't have spring. It's March.
It's beautiful temperatures today.
It is. It's gorgeous out. It's cool. There's a nice breeze blowing still. Time to get out in the garden. Get your mulch. Get your beds getting ready for both flowers and your vegetable gardens, herb gardens, things like that, and get planting, get digging in the dirt. There's nothing. Oh, and the other thing, the Master Gardener, and I don't have that one in front of me either. My car is a jumbled up mess right now. I had to move a few things around, and I didn't get them put back. But the Master Gardener, if you're interested in becoming a Master Gardener, they have, and I could possibly find that page. I will look it up. We'll be having their sort of like introduction into what a Master Gardener is coming up. I know it's a Wednesday, but I don't have the flyer in front of me.
Do you want me to see if I can find it?
See if you can find it. Otherwise, I'll look it up.
Do they have a Facebook page?
There is a Master Gardener Facebook page because I think I shared it through that.
So I look up IFAS or
it would be Marion County Master Gardeners.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's it's how to become a Master Gardener. It is like from 10 to noon, and I do apologize for that. If Larry can't look it up,
I'm looking on.
Okay,
I found the Facebook.
Oh, okay.
So now what am I looking for exactly?
You're looking for it was actually quite a pretty nice, like a flyer type thing that would show the so you want to be a Master Gardener kind of thing.
Okay, let's see, class information session. Is that what we want?
Could be, yeah. That sounds like what it is.
That's okay. Let me click on that. Or what do I do? Oh, okay.
There we go.
It says, did you know the color of your thumb, green
That's
or
the
brown?
one.
Okay, it's not a prerequisite for entering the IFAS Marion County Master Gardener program. Once you have a passion for giving back to the community, willing to learn and share your knowledge, there will be an information session, here we go, on Wednesday, May 13th.
May the 13th. So put it on your calendar if you're interested.
10 a.m. till noon at the extension office.
Block that time. You really do need those 2 hours to as a true introduction.
So you'll meet with Master Gardeners, learn about the class and volunteer requirements. Classes will run for 13 weeks.
Yep.
From August 19th through November 18th.
They're on Wednesdays.
And it's $160.
Once you've been accepted, the $160 is it's the cost of the class. It's your books, and it's any other printed material that needs to be done.
So you go May 13th, but the classes don't start until August 19th.
Right. You go and you fill out an application. You go and see if this is right for you. They have applications available then, or you could that you could fill out and hand in immediately, or you could take it home and return it quickly, because they will gather. They have a deadline on when the applications will come in, because they have a limited amount of space. I don't think they can do many more than about 20 at a time, based on classroom space, transportation, because it is hands-on. It is many field trips to the university, to other nurseries, commercial type areas and things like that, where small groups work better, where you can get more one-on-one, hands-on tours and things like that as a large group you'd never be able to do.
So do you need me to tell the phone number, or do you know it?
The phone number for extension is 671-8400.
It says here, ask for Terry.
Ask for Terry. Yeah, she'll probably answer the phone anyhow.
Okay, didn't know.
But yeah, that's so if you're interested, and it is sharing, it's sharing the knowledge, and you can go in there like I did with it was more selfish reasons. I wanted to learn more about gardening here in Central Florida, and once I got in there and the people I met throughout the time, the mentors I had, just made you want to take and share that information out further.
Have you seen this picture on their Facebook page with plants growing out of thimbles?
I did, the little micro plantings.
Wow.
That's a little tough.
That's a tiny little bit of dirt.
Yeah, that's a little tiny bit of dirt, and it's a little tiny succulent in there, and that's a tight location for some plants.
And that won't get any bigger than that, huh?
No, not really. Yeah, that's about the size of it. I'm not real sure how you would water it, except for because it's a succulent, it doesn't need a lot. So I guess a droplet of water.
I guess so. Yeah. Do you have to put a hole in the bottom of the thimble?
Maybe. Well, because those you're not going to water probably but once every couple weeks anyway.
Oh, really?
One droplet would probably be plenty.
Seems like it would dry up real quickly, no?
It could. I don't know. Not real. That just is a little over the edge for me.
All right. Do I like them? Let me make sure I like them.
They are pretty.
Oh, I do like them already.
Yeah.
I mean the page.
Saw them. Yeah, you saw them and liked them. Yeah.
All right, so we need to take a little break. The phone number to call Carol Ann is 622-9622. You have almost a whole show still to ask your questions. Maybe it's a plant that, like my banana plant.
Like your banana plant that you're going to cut down. Cut it back.
Okay, we'll see.
Cut it back.
All right. I don't know why I feel reluctant to do that. All right, we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A nice day today with sunshine and some clouds and a high of 79 to 83. Tonight will be mainly clear, low 59 to 63. Tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sunshine, the high again 79 to 83. A mix of sun and clouds on tap for Thursday, the high again between 79 and 83. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Good credits, bad credits. It's It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services, when your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements. From damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
All right, 18 minutes after 9 o'clock. Carol Ann Baldwin is here. The phone number is 622-9622, and we're talking about your lawns and your gardens. Carol Ann, if you don't already know, is a master gardener, 19 years as a master gardener. And you too can be one. Now there's a class coming up.
You too can get into the act.
$160, you said, right?
That's right. Yeah, it's $160 for because it's your books and such like that, and you don't pay that until after you've been accepted.
And you have a phone call. Good morning. Thank you for calling. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Good morning, guys. And
morning.
Carol Ann. Boy, Tuesday wouldn't be Tuesday for me without calling you in the morning.
There you go.
See, okay, it's Easter time. Later on today, I'm going to run over and pick up some Easter lilies.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any little tips as far as, make them, look real nice and stay healthy for a long time?
Okay, the best thing to realize is with Easter lilies, the ones that are in the stores, of course, if you want them to have open flowers for Easter Sunday, is find the ones that are already beginning to open, and they should last. Otherwise, it may take several days before or even after Easter before they open fully. But that might be okay too. Once those flowers are done, that one's done for this year. Just, snip the flowers off, not the whole plant, just snip the flowers off when they're finished. Let the green plant do its thing. Leave, have it out in the sun, do water it, but that top part's going to die off. It's going to die right on back. Pull that off of there. You can either leave it in a pot, you could plant it in the ground, whatever you'd like. Just realize it's going to vanish until next year. Next year when it comes back up, it may not come up for Easter. It might be a little later in the season that it'll actually come back up and reflower for you. It may be late April or May even before they'll flower.
So planting it outside when I'm finished indoors, it'll grow and it'll get through winter. The colder weather won't kill it, huh?
Right, because it's just going to sit there dormant underground.
Okay.
Yeah, the green plant, the green part of the plant will go.
Yeah, will that plant last for more than one season?
It will. That's what I'm saying. The green part of the plant will die off after the flowers are finished, but it's a bulb under there, a tuber type underneath there. So when it's planted in the ground, don't plant it any deeper than what it is if you're going to put it in the ground. Or you could even just leave it in that pot that it's in and tuck it in amongst the landscape to where it'll still get some water throughout the year, because you don't want it to dry out in that soil that it's in, but it will come back because it shouldn't outgrow that pot this year.
Right. When you plant it outside, would you favor the sunny side of the house or the shady side?
I would probably go with at least a good morning sun. A good bit of that morning, that all the way up and through till noon or 1-ish even too. So it's got a good, not necessarily that hot part of the day, but that early part of it as it is warming up.
How deep would you plant that bulb?
No deeper than what it is in that pot. Okay. So if you were to just take that and see how, if the soil falls apart when you took it out, it's just kind of check. Usually it's about twice the depth of what they are, of the size of them. So they're probably under the top of that soil, probably by about an inch or two. So, but if it all comes out in one pot, just plant that no deeper than what it is.
And then you use the soil that it was in, right? Yeah,
you can do that, yeah. And just, because that's just going to break up with the other. And just like I said, when you take it out, if it does fall apart, just sort of try to guesstimate about how deep that was under there, and don't bury them any deeper than that.
Yeah, are lilies pretty successful in Florida, this part of Florida, to grow outside?
They'll do pretty well. Yeah, I know actually my daughter's got one of the Asiatic lilies, and I think she did put it in a bigger pot last year, but the plant's about 3 years old now, and it's coming up again and going to flower again. They're not flowering at the same time that they were when she bought them, because in the nursery situation, they can force them.
Okay, very good. What I was kind of thinking, maybe I want a couple for in the house during the next Sunday, of course, but maybe I'll wait like a couple of days after Easter when they might have a special sale on them for the ones that will go outside.
Yeah, well, those ones, you might get lucky on finding any, because they may be sold out. The stores don't, I know the ones I'm in, don't really get a whole lot. They got one shipment of them, and I think that's probably it. It's very limited on that for the white Easter lily. Now, if you're looking for the Asiatic lilies that are very colorful, real pretty, and those you might think about for outside even, those are the ones my daughter has, is the Asiatics, which again are real pretty, and they will do, and again, it's treating it the same way.
Yeah. Is that lily, what they call a daylily, that orange? Is that the same family?
No, it's a different plant. But I mean, I guess it's still a lily. Right? Yeah, it's still a lily, but the daylily is a perennial lily that comes up and flowers multiple times throughout the growing season, where the other lilies are a one-time bang for your buck type thing, but they come back each year. The daylilies don't always even freeze back.
Okay, fine. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Thank you for the call. The phone number, if you'd like to call Carol Ann, is 622-9622, and this is the only time of the week we can call you, because you don't have like an office line that we can call.
I don't have an office line, but I did actually have a listener catch me in the store the other day and just said hi. I think it was Lynn or Linda, regular caller, and she said hello. So hello to her if she's listening today. I did want to bring up, because a friend asked me to, and it makes sense, because Kenny's Place they grow plants too.
Sure do.
If anybody's not familiar with Kenny's Place, it's a nursery that's run through. I don't know if are they a branch of ARC? I'm not sure.
I know they work with them. I don't know. I don't think they're associated.
But they do work with them, because many of their people are from the ARC in Marion County, and they do help those who are young people, especially who are mentally handicapped, and I guess some that are physically handicapped. Be productive members of society. It's a nursery that they grow, and they grow reasonably priced plants and a nice selection. And there's a fundraiser for Kenny's Place coming up this Saturday from 12 to 4 at the Bellevue Eagles, which is at 8350 East County Road 25 in Bellevue. There'll be $5 food plates, which is a hamburger, beans, and chips. There's also a bake sale, raffles, silent auction, 50-50 drawings, vendors. There'll be music and entertainment. And if anybody, let me see if I can make this a little bigger so I can see the phone number on it. For more information is Debbie Gibson. She's the chairwoman.
Debbie Gibson.
Debbie Gibson.
Isn't she a singer?
Gibson. Well, it's 352-209-7793. If you have any information or would like to make a donation or any sponsorship of the event, they'd surely appreciate it. And this benefit's actually being put together by Women in the Wind. And it's a training facility / nursery. Support the people with special needs. And get some flowers while you're there.
Loves candy flowers. That's where we got that pepperoni,
That's right.
whatever you call it.
Yep, your pepperoni. I call it pepperoni plant. So.
And we have another phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Good morning.
Morning.
I've got about an 18-year-old oleander plant in front of the house. It was originally planted as a tall plant between the shrubs.
Okay.
But it's gone bushy on me.
All right.
What's the best? Rip it out, or just can I trim it back and reform it?
Oh, so you had wanted it as a standard.
Yes. Well, that's what it originally was. All the shrubs died out there. I'm going to have to replace them, but I've still got that plant that's good and healthy.
Right.
But it's a bush now instead of a
tree.
Tall.
Right. You could possibly try to tree it again, to standardize it again, if you have one. Or you might even say, because if it's as wide as I'm thinking it is, you may find a couple of just single trunks going up, and you could take off everything else around there, anything off of the bottom, and let just the top come up. And and be on.
About 6 trunks that are over 8 foot tall.
Oh, okay. So
and then I've got a bunch of bushes about 1.5 feet.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so it sounds like it has gotten to be quite a large area. If you wanted to keep a couple of those big trunks and just cut out everything else, that would be the way you would standardize it. You're going to replace the rest of the shrubs in that area, and I guess that one's not going to fit in with the thoughts and the plans, or.
Well, it will. I mean, it's kind of between the 2 garage windows.
Okay.
So there's 3 shrubs on each side. And it was between the windows and going up the wall.
Okay.
Kind of to break up the wall.
Right.
I'd kind of like to keep the same sort of thing, but I'm wondering if I need to just rip it out and stick a new one in, or if I can salvage that one.
That to me, that would be that is an option, because you'd be starting out with something smaller, and if it's starting to get kind of thin and woody, where there's extra old branch. Dead little stumps within the center of it, it might be, a little bit farther past, but you could take and just cut it way back. I mean, they can be cut back.
Okay.
And just try to shape it up, take out anything that's crisscrossing, rubbing, too close together. You can cut some of the bigger stuff way down, or those, like I said, that where if you've ever had to cut it back before, you have pieces that are sticking up maybe a foot or so like that aren't doing anything. Cut those way down to the ground level. You may end up getting some more shoots coming up out of the bottom of it, but you can at least get it full again and bring some of that size back into check.
Okay. When I'm trimming the bottom, should I just cut it back to the ground, just completely chop those chunks off? Because the base of it's like about 2 foot around.
Right.
With all the stuff coming up around it. And I've cut it back a number of times, but I didn't know how to cut it back until I saw a plant at Lowe's the other day. I says, oh, that's what it's supposed to look like.
There you go. Yeah, those real big. Yeah, you might go ahead all the way to the ground. I'm hearing some music, which means we have a break, but we can get back. I can finish answering it on the other side.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. A possible extension, according to AP, in efforts to hammer out an Iran nuclear deal.
The target for diplomats is to have the outline of a deal agreed today, then a full accord settled by the end of June. But the word from the talks is that while progress has been made, a framework may not be possible today. Instead, diplomats will agree to keep talking, with the June deadline for a comprehensive deal remaining in place.
Fox Radio, Simon Owen. A lockdown lifted at a Northern Virginia hospital after a prisoner escaped.
Wearing only a hospital gown, Wosan Asai broke free from a security guard at Inova Fairfax Hospital, a major hospital in the D.C. area. Fairfax County Police Chief Edwin Rossler says he's armed and dangerous. They don't know if he's left the area.
Fox Radio's Rachel Sutherland. And in North Carolina, in the case of an 11-year-old found chained to a porch with a dead chicken around his neck, a second suspect, a former child welfare supervisor, goes to court. Fox News. We report, you decide.
I'm Lex Friedman. I run my own business, so I know from experience, hiring new employees can be tough. Posting your job in one place isn't enough to find quality candidates. If you want to find the perfect hire, you need to post your job on all the top job sites. And now you can. With ZipRecruiter.com, you can post your job to 50-plus job sites, including social networks like Facebook and Twitter, all with a single click. Find candidates in any industry nationwide. Just post once and watch your qualified candidates roll in to ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use interface. And with ZipRecruiter's premium traffic boost, you can get up to 3 times more candidates. Quickly screen applicants, rate them, and hire the right person fast. Find out why ZipRecruiter has been used by over 200,000 businesses. Right now, our listeners can try ZipRecruiter for free. Plus, get 30% off your first traffic boost by going to ZipRecruiter.com/info. That's ZipRecruiter.com/info. One more time. To try it for free, go to ZipRecruiter.com/info.
Black Cow composted cow manure is a terrific organic soil amendment. We start with cow manure from dairy farms and then compost it a full 90 days. The result is an all-natural, dark, rich soil amendment that's great for everything you grow. Flowers, vegetables, shrubs, trees, and lawns too. Look for Black Cow in the bright yellow and black bag at your favorite nursery or garden center.
Black Cow, the mature manure. Black Cow.
Johnny, what are you doing in the bathroom? What are you saying? Wait, where are your toy cars? Oh no, tell me you didn't. Honey, call Mike Scott Plumbing.
I didn't do anything.
For once, that's true, but little Johnny flushed his toys down the toilet and now it's broke.
No. I'll get the phone. What's the toll-free number?
866-314-4443.
Got it. 866-314-4443.
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, they do it. At Mike Scott Plumbing, from the moment you walk through the doors, it's evident that quality is key. From our fully stocked parts department to our fully trained service technicians who can help with anything from a clogged drain to your irrigation system and even servicing your entire septic system. Visit one of our beautiful showrooms in Hernando or in Wildwood and let us show you how to turn your kitchen and bath dreams into reality. Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Hi, Danny Warfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
Real estate is the largest and most personal investment that any of us will ever make. Be sure to tune in Tuesdays at 10 a.m. when Bob Kennedy, owner of Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty, will be answering your questions and discussing real estate. So remember, that's Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Call 622-9622 with your questions. It pays to be an informed buyer or seller. This is news you can use from Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty and your friends here at WOCA. All right, 25 minutes before 10 o'clock, Carol Ann Baldwin is here answering your gardening and lawn questions and everything in between. And I guess this is part two of the...
Yeah, part two of the oleander question. Right, with his oleander, I think, just trying to picture it sounds like it's got one or two fairly large-sized trunks within that and a lot of small stuff coming up from around it. if you wanted to turn that into a standard again, it would be taking everything off of that bottom. Anything out of that bottom up to the height that you're looking for, or where it possibly was growing originally when it was planted, or after a few years, and just letting that top grow back out as the ball. If you're looking to just leave it as a bush, I would take out some of that suckering underneath there, because it will start to get just kind of leggy. You won't get any growth down below, and it just shades out things on that. So taking some of those big things, and I would take anything that you're going to take it off, take it all the way to the ground at this time of year, realizing, yes, some more is going to probably come up from those stumps that you've dug off or cut off. Letting them come up, but you can shape it. Usually you want to shape it after, a flush of flowers has come on, if you need to, to shape it up to give it some size, or not some size, some shape to it, to bring it back into that area. But if you were gonna, like I said, if you wanted to standard it again, and there's one trunk or even two, just take everything below the height you're looking at. That's all they do in the nursery, is to find a nice straight leader in the middle and take everything off from the bottom, encouraging just the top growth. Fertilize them now would be a good time. Realize, don't let children play with those, or your pets. Just refreshing my own thought, seeing a couple of chews on a leaf can send a person to the hospital.
Oh, wow.
So it's not one you don't want to burn the branches of them. If you have to trim them, would be to cut them up, bag them, get rid of them. I would probably even put them in the regular garbage versus a instead of the yard waste kind of recycle, because you wouldn't want somebody to accidentally get a hold of that, because they do just chip all that stuff up and it becomes a mulch. That's or whatever they're doing.
Oh, wow.
And it used to be one
and
that you
could
could
hurt
use
you
to be able to,
if it was in mulch.
It could if you
Yeah.
had if you didn't know it was there. Kind of thing. That
Wow.
I do recall reading probably about 10 years or possibly more ago, about a group of Boy Scouts who, I think several of them were killed when they didn't know, and they had taken sticks
for their
for
marshmallows,
their hot dogs or marshmallows, and also
right.
and so don't want it around, at least in an area where you're supervision, and that you're not cutting these and throwing them in the fire for the bonfire in the backyard.
Right.
So when you're doing that, I hope it answered the question. If not, give a holler back and we'll see. But I would either just cut it, shape it the way you want it. If you want the bush, if you want it to come up as a standard, just take everything off the bottom, selecting one or two or even three hardy stalks that look nice as the stems, and cut everything else that's below that and just let them grow up. Just let them do their thing.
Now, one time you kind of advised me not to take my, what is it called, sago palm?
Sago, yeah.
And you know how a lot of people cut the bottom branches off to make it look like a little mini
a
palm
trunk,
tree?
Yeah. I just don't like.
You don't like to do that, but it's starting to look so sloppy or something.
Sometimes they will. I like to get in and
they're
take
very
the
healthy
dead stuff out of.
There's nothing dead really, but except for that big phallic-looking thing,
the cone in the middle. Take that off of there, because it'll make another one.
Yeah, but I feel so bad.
It's okay. It's going to rot.
You don't want to,
It's all right. It's
might
okay.
hurt the feelings. Maybe he's
gonna
proud.
Grow another one. He's going to grow.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's a flower.
It's huge, though.
Yeah. It's kind of freaky.
What is that?
It's what people do. They call, and you've probably heard, people wonder, is it going to smell? It's a flower. And the queen sago.
But there is a flower that stinks, like dead rotting flesh or something.
That's
very phallic looking also.
Yes, but it's in the Miami.
No, they have them in Epcot.
Do they have them in Epcot
too?
too?
Every year this one.
Yeah,
it's probably about this time of year too.
Yeah, that they begin to bloom. And
what do they call that again? It's gigantic, right?
Oh, it is gigantic.
Gigantic smelly plant.
I can't remember the name of it offhand, but it is one that attracts flies. It's the pollinator are flies and carrion. I think it might be called the carrion plant.
Did you hear about the band called the Vultures?
No.
They told them they couldn't get on the airplane with their carry-on. They said, "We're not that kind of vultures."
Oh, ba-bum ching.
That was a real story.
Yeah.
Good morning. You're on the air. Are you there?
Hello.
Oh, somebody bailed
Push the
out.
button. No.
I thought they were calling to tell us the name of that smelly plant.
Now, try carrion plant.
Carrion plant? Okay.
Try that, yeah.
Okay.
Because it's supposed to very, very horrible smelling. But no, with the sago palms,
I think
they have their own issues there. But some people do get confused. You have the queen sago and the king sago. The queen sago's flower, it looks sort of like a tan flattened basketball on the top. Just it's maybe a foot high and just flattened, kind of like a flattened basketball, a little bit. But the king sago does come up conically, and some people say phallic looking.
I got a king.
So you may have a king sago. Oh, look at that. But people worry, is it gonna smell? No, it's not.
It's not gonna stink. Well, mine doesn't stink.
Yeah, it doesn't stink. You can take it off of there. It won't hurt anything. It is pollinating the queen sagos for seeds. Don't let your pets, that's another one, don't let the pets chew on the sago palms, especially the seeds. The seeds are highly toxic. So it's just, most won't get into them, but I did speak to a listener, a friend of mine that said, yes, her dogs had gotten into them. They did not manage to chew the seeds, but they were beginning to play with them, and it was a quick gather them up, and you keep asking the dog, do you really want to make it to your first birthday?
My gosh.
When
this
you're eating
is
bad things.
Such a huge flower, this thing.
Yeah, the carrion flower.
I think it's called a corpse flower.
Corpse flower, that's.
There was a carrion flower, though, there also, but the corpse flower is the big, gigantic one.
Right.
Yay. And it smells like a corpse? That's horrible.
Yeah, it smells like rotting flesh.
All right, you have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Listen, Caroline.
Yeah.
I have a quick question. Maybe it comes to mind right away. Perhaps it's well known to you or something. I had this weed in my yard. It's rather low profile, real tiny, I guess. And I say I'm ambiguous about it because I don't see very well.
Okay.
So I basically feel it.
Okay.
And it's low mound. It seems to have very little leaves. But that sucker burns like you got stung by a super hornet.
Yes.
And you touch it lightly.
Yes.
I mean, I call it fireweed, but not sure when it's going to come. And sometimes I'm weeding or whatever, and suddenly I feel like something bit me, stung me, whatever it touches me.
Yes, it will.
What in the world is that, and how do I get rid of it?
It's a stinging nettle, which, you're right, and that will put a hurting on you. They do have a little white flower. I think sometimes a yellow flower. You can, if it's in flower beds, you could spray it with a herbicide in order to kill that root down, and then pull them up. But once you put the herbicide down, give it a good week, maybe 2 weeks before that gets all the way down in the root, because you want that whole root to die when you pull that out to be able to dispose of it. Or you could, if you don't wish to spray, is wearing gloves, and I would probably even say something like a denim jacket to where it doesn't go through, is to reach down under the ground, under the mulch and such, and find that root and pull it out that way. The roots usually won't get you on those. It's the top part that have little fine hairs that do. They will sting. It hurts. You think you're on fire. If children get into them, it's for them. It's about miserable, because we don't feel so bad if we take and grab some ammonia and rub some ammonia on it, because that'll take that burn out of there. But with children, we always worry about the ammonia. Yeah, try some ammonia next time.
Almost to the next day. I mean, sometimes I got it on my fingers, and next day if I get stung by a wasp or a hornet, it doesn't hurt as much, nor does it last that long.
No, yeah. You might even try if you get stung. The first course of action might be the piece of duct tape. It's one of my favorites for using if you're working with cactus, or if you've got the caterpillars. Anything with a stinging hair is a piece of duct tape applied.
They're not thorns. They're actually little cilia.
Little hairs. Right. Right, because you don't feel it until you're already burning. But if you take a piece of duct tape or packing tape, something really sticky, put it over that area and rub that down real well, and then pull that off. Of course, that hurts too, but it'll pull those little hairs out of your skin. And then some ammonia, or even I've heard people use a little bit of Clorox. I'd rather use ammonia. Clorox will damage your clothing if you get it, happen to get it on your clothes.
Yeah.
But either of those, and there's a few products on the market that's like an Afterbite or a Stingies kind of thing that basically either contain ammonia or menthol.
Okay, so that would be the number one suspect, stinging nettle. There would be nothing else, perhaps on second, like in case it's not that?
No, I'm pretty sure that's a stinging nettle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal. Well, at least I got a name for the criminal.
Yeah, there you go. You get some help if you have low vision. Get some help on trying to get those under control to where you can get them out of the ground and get them.
Yeah, because I find it the hard way.
Yes. Yeah. And it is as simple as reaching down and touching one, and you will know what it is. It's that.
Sounds like it. Yeah,
it's that vicious.
Wow.
So.
Thank you for the call and the warning.
Yeah, that's.
Because I don't know what I'm touching either. So there was just real quickly on this plant. It's the one I'm looking at is a photograph from the U.S. Botanic Garden in Washington D.C.
Okay.
Tourists come to watch it bloom in July. July 22nd is when this was dated, so I guess that's about when it does
approximately,
it.
Summer.
It's called the blooming. It is blooming. It's called the Titan arum plant. And then also another. I guess this is the more appropriate name. Amorphophallus titanium. I mean, they even have the word phallic sort of hidden in there.
Right.
Also known as the corpse flower or simply the stinky plant. It remains in bloom for 24 to 48 hours, and then it will collapse. Wow.
So it just...
it's just standing straight up.
Yeah. So it's...
Right out of a flower. A big flower. I mean, it's like a hot tub size.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
You've
one
seen
of those
this?
massive. Yeah, I think back when it bloomed that one year, and that they put it on because I guess it had not bloomed in.
Is that the one that doesn't bloom for a while or something? But I didn't even know we had a U.S. Botanic Gardens in D.C. Did you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Have you ever been?
No, I don't get to.
I don't
go anywhere. I don't get to go.
All right, we'll take a little break and we'll be right back. By the way, we have a $20 gift certificate from Bob Wyans Camellia Gardens and Nursery.
Yeah.
Where you can get a plant, probably not this plant.
Not that one,
this
but
big
you can
stinky
get all
one,
kinds of plants.
I'm sure there's some kind of stinky plant there. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A nice day today with sunshine and some clouds and a high of 79 to 83. Tonight will be mainly clear, low 59 to 63. Tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sunshine, the high again 79 to 83. A mix of sun and clouds on tap for Thursday, the high again between 79 and 83. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Are you still fertilizing flowers and vegetables the old-fashioned way?
Then switch to Dynamite Premium Plant Food. The secret to more flowers, bigger blooms, and more vegetables is consistent feeding. Dynamite Premium Plant Food is formulated for our Florida climate and has a unique coating that releases nutrition consistently, so there are no peaks and no valleys. Dynamite is just a terrific product. It even contains the micronutrients plants need in small quantities for maximum growth. With Dynamite, you get an explosion of color, flowers, and vegetables. Dynamite comes in a handy shake and feed plastic bottle. Just one application will last up to 6 months. For more flowers, bigger blooms, and more vegetables, try Dynamite Premium Plant Food today. Look for Dynamite at your Home Depot or Lowe's Garden Department. Visit on the web at dynamiteplantfood.com.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
So you need a credit card, but how do you choose? Let's compare the big banks to Florida Credit Union. They have rewards, and we do too. They have customer service. Hello, 24/7. They have celebrities. Hey, Danny. But with Florida Credit Union, there's no annual fee, no liability for fraudulent charges, and no 22% interest rates. Choose Florida Credit Union, and you'll not only have a great credit card, but you'll have the support and personal touch that the big banks, well, can't touch. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Don't get caught without your daily source of senior deals. Pick up your copy of the Senior Voice newspaper. It's your source for schedule and events tailored to seniors, with information you need, like a list of free events in the area. We even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company to you that fits your needs. And all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about them. For more information, call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223. And pick up your copy of the Senior's Voice at most any business up and down the 200 corridor.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
All right, thank you. 10 minutes before 10 o'clock, Carol Ann Baldwin is here another 10 minutes. If you have a question for Carol Ann, this is a good time to call. 622-9622. And boy, that's, what do you go, stinging nettle? What do you call it? Now I got to figure out what that looks like so I can avoid it.
So you can, it's one of those things, it can be sort of vining where it'll creep along in an area.
Let me look it up.
You may not see it sometimes. I know a lot of times the little flower is kind of pretty, and especially with smaller children who anything that's at their height or down on the ground, they become susceptible because they see the little tiny flower and, ooh, look, Mommy, there's a flower. And about the time you're seeing them and trying to grab them and stop them from doing it, they've already touched it. And yes,
I've seen that.
It burns, it itches, it's, because unlike, like he was saying, a wasp stings, so you get stung on your hand with a wasp, it's a general localized pain. It's right there after a few minutes, usually 10, 15 minutes, that's gone. If it was a single insect, but you brush against this or walk through it, and if it's across your foot or your hand, you are on fire for an extended period of time.
And you think ammonia would work?
Ammonia usually is something that will pull that out of there. That works for fire ants too.
It says aloe vera is another way.
Aloe vera, will take probably some of it may soothe it a little bit, but I don't know if that's going to do it as much as, say, or even like a camphor, like anybody still remember old Campho-Phenique?
Yeah.
It used to be for the cold sore kind of thing, or those things, of even a little bit of that, or a menthol type thing, a lot of times will be what will remove that. There's something in those.
So baking soda, it says. Baking soda and vinegar. Vinegar. Well, that's good. You got to watch out because they'll bubble if you mix those together. But vinegar might be another one that would take it all. Anything high in alkalinity.
Okay.
Peroxide would work also.
Because I always thought peroxide was basically neutral, but I guess not.
I don't know.
But yeah, it's a tough one to do because it's just rinsing it off does not take it off. Does not take it away. But I would, even the little hairs from that, you might try that's I sort of tell people, if you've got your little garden area, you got a little garden tote, having a roll of duct tape or some type of very, very sticky, sticky tape is handy. And then a small bottle, you can get the little travel size bottles. You can always put whatever your remedy is, whatever you find works well for you for some of those instant stings and itches before you can get in the house and be able to take care of it, or you're not ready to go back in the house. You're just going to muddle through it if you can take away the pain or the sting right there on the spot. I've even heard of people taking the Campho-Phenique and mixing that with a little bit of petroleum jelly, keeping it in a film can or something to where you can use that on.
Who has film cans anymore?
Yeah, right. Yeah. If you can find them, they're probably now collector's items on eBay. Yeah. But an old pill bottle, something like that, to where you've got a paste, of the Campho-Phenique, which may help take out the fire ant stings, some of those other kind of things. The paste of the baking soda and water, or even having just a little bit where you just have to put a few drops of water and make a paste out of that and use it for a sting or those kind of things.
Do you know, the other day we were at Silver Springs and we've all learned, if you've lived here any length of time, to stay away from touching Spanish moss because of the red bugs that
the
are in
red
it.
bugs, yeah.
So there was a woman there, and I guess she found a clump of it, and she was running to her husband with it. Look, we're going to take this home. We can do something. And Robin is saying, boil it first, but she didn't hear Robin.
Right.
Yeah.
Put it in a Ziploc bag,
She's gonna
throw
be
it in the freezer.
Sorry the next day when she has red bugs all over her arms.
Well, but not necessarily. I mean, they're not necessarily going to get you that quickly, or otherwise, nobody would be collecting it up. It's not the kind of thing you would want to take and here, I'll hold it on the way home, but to pick it up and carry it and go, oh, well, let's see, do we have an empty grocery bag we can put this in to carry it?
Then I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, the way she was holding it, it was enough of it to be hitting her.
Right. Yeah. But you're not going to.
Yeah.
You're not going to be infected by that quickly. Because I've picked it up with just, and gathered it up where you get an armful of it and get it into the wheelbarrow. And, it's not a big issue.
So you ready to give away this $20?
Sure.
I think this will go pretty quickly, so I think you'll have more time for gardening talk after we're done with this, okay?
All right.
I thought I'd get it out of the way.
Sure.
So a $20 gift certificate to Bob Wyans Community Gardens and Nursery will be yours if you answer this question correctly.
Okay.
There's a lady, her name is, hold on, I told you before, Wendy Wilbur. Wendy
Right,
Wilbur.
that's right.
A University of Florida Institute Master Gardener.
Coordinator.
She's the Florida Master Gardener Program. She's welcoming, they are welcoming her as a new coordinator. Thank you.
There you go.
So next month, she's going to be. So anyway, she's the head of this thing over at UF/IFAS Extension in Alachua County.
Right.
My question is IFAS, the word IFAS. What do the four letters stand for? IFAS.
That's a good one.
What do the four letters in IFAS stand for? IFAS. That's my Jeopardy.
That's your Jeopardy.
What does IFAS stand for? Okay, I'll just leave this here. The first person, you can Google it. The first person who calls with the answer gets the $20 for Bob Wyans Community Gardens and Nursery. And
everybody needs to know IFAS EDU.
EDU stands for education.
Right.
IFAS stands for don't answer it. That's the answer that'll get you the $20.
Because if you go, what is it? UFO, IFAS, EDU.
What's UFO?
UFO is University of Florida.
So,
UFO, IFAS, EDU.
Wait, say UFO.
UFO, UFL.
Oh, UFL.
If you Google their websites, UFO.
Oh, it's not just UF?
Right.
Oh, okay.
I think they go UFO, IFAS, EDU.
Okay.
EDU.
So IFAS, we all hear about IFAS all the time.
IFAS is all the time.
That's where you learn about your
Yep.
plants and everything. So what does it stand for?
What does IFAS stand for? And while y'all are thinking of that or Googling it, just a little reminder, the Benefit for Kenny's Place this Saturday, April the 4th, 10 to 4 at the Bellevue Eagles on County Road 25. $5 food plate, so you go by for lunch. They're going to have bake sale, raffles, silent auction, 50-50 drawings, vendors, and more. There'll be entertainment. There'll be all kinds of music going on. So a fun time for early afternoon.
And it sounds like we have a call. Good morning. You want to answer the question?
This is Kathy. Hi.
Hi, Kathy.
The University of Florida's Institute of Food and Agricultural Sciences.
That's it. That is exactly right. You've got a $20 gift certificate to Bob Wyans waiting for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kathy.
Yeah, and bye-bye. And she won't find us, I don't think, a stinky plant, and she's, not going to hunt up any stinging nettles, so.
Oh, they wouldn't sell that, huh?
No, they wouldn't sell stinging nettles, so. That's a good thing to not be able to find those.
Yeah. Well, so, okay, now I have an assignment. I have to cut down my banana plant. As tall as it is probably, I don't want to exaggerate, but I bet it's 10 feet at least.
Could be.
Maybe 12 feet.
Well, you can always
It's pretty tall.
You don't have to cut it all the way to the ground. You can always, if you want to step up on something. I mean, your reach is pretty high anyway. Using a serrated, if you can't swing a machete, using a serrated.
I don't have a machete. I wish I did. That would be fun.
Right.
Just cut it.
There you go. They just whack.
Did you hear they're going to start selling flamethrowers? They legalized them now.
Flamethrowers, cool. Well, I know you can buy little flame burners for weeds.
But these are like flamethrowers. So you could, for the garden. That's what they're intended for, but
Wow.
there's
They
a
probably
move.
don't throw too far.
There's a movement trying to prevent us from being able to own those
able to
things.
get
That's
them.
not the music I want.
That's the wrong music.
This is the music right here. Here it is.
There it is.
All right, Carol Ann.
Another Tuesday
Another Tuesday in the can.
in the can, as they say.
Share the show with your friends. It is available on WOCA's YouTube channel and WOCA's Facebook page.
There you go.
Thank you, Carol Ann.
Thanks, Larry.
We'll
Have
be
a great
right
day.
back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.